provides leadership. And makes doing this, well, I guess that's right.
Who is he?
Yeah.
Rich? Who is he?
In this case, the he, I believe Jerry was referring to me, but of course I don't coerce anybody. I said it in the passive voice. I said there is no coercion for people to do something other than what they want to do.
Wait a second. This doesn't make any sense.
That sentence was really an answer to Mike Haber's question. Is it regulatory or volunteer? And I summarized by saying there is no coercion for people to do other than something that they want to do. The next paragraph, the second sentence, Trustee Kumjian mentioned the Board of Trustees could demonstrate their conviction to implement a comprehensive village plan. Could you caps that? That really is a document. It's a formal document. It's the comprehensive village plan. And
You
then
want to refer to the comprehensive village plan?
the comprehensive village plan, yeah. Okay, moving down, another sentence. He mentioned the issue of who pays for what would need to be worked out. He believes people interested in working for their property would need direction on what they can do. About 1/3 of the way through that paragraph, Trustee Haber is unsure what else can be done. He thinks the village has shown their dedication to forests and ecosystems and has money. He specifically mentioned $250,000.
No, I don't think he did.
I listened to the tape a couple of days ago.
Well, I did. He did.
I both did. Both did.
Mike, did you mention 250?
I didn't listen to the tape. I don't remember. I don't, it's fine if he wants to put it in there. I don't have a problem with it.
Do you want parentheses, has money, 250,000?
Sure, that'd be fine. The middle of that paragraph, there's a sentence that I think is confusing. People look at the paperwork and think it is too difficult. This is a comment from Joan Becker.
Are they talking about the minutes or the paperwork?
No, the Buckthorn paperwork.
Right, the Buckthorn paperwork. And then the next sentence is, he thinks the village has the ability to see the situation comprehensively. That was still Joan Becker
Yeah, I think
speaking,
it
so
should be
it's she. But what she really said was, she thinks the village has the ability to see the situation comprehensively with advice from an arborist, an engineer, and Mr. Crayley, and that residents do not have access to this information. Then 10 lines up from the bottom, Mayor Kaplan will speak with Mr. Stewart about increasing the financial limits and reducing the amount of paperwork and number of obstacles for the invasives program. Eight lines up from the bottom, Trustee Graditor thinks that along with the fund assisting residents, there should be a 50-50 split for this as well. I believe what she said is there should be a 50-50 split for understory plants.
Yes.
Page 8. Second paragraph, third line from the end of that paragraph, Mr. Stewart explained there are opportunities for neighbors to bond together. I suspect he said band together, unless they want to bond, I don't know. And then the last sentence in that paragraph, he expressed concerns that a majority of the proposals are higher. He was expressing they'd be more expensive. Next paragraph, third paragraph, second sentence. The scientific data from the RPC is clear that the woodlands are failing, not and the woodlands are failing. The sixth paragraph down from the top,
Okay,
still on page 8. There's something I don't really understand. The fourth sentence, the fourth line of that paragraph, starting trustee Graditor believes there was a mindset going into the study. The study was not manipulated. Was that your voice, Sherry?
Yeah, I said there was no manipulation, but I thought that when the study was conceived,
Okay.
that there was a mindset that the end result was going to be that there was going to be a determination
Well,
that Terry had agreed.
it might be clearer, if you agree, it might be clearer to say, but the data was not manipulated.
That's right.
Okay. And then 5 lines up, 6 lines up from the bottom of that paragraph. It reads now, trustee Kunjan agreed, stating they need to use scientific procedures. I believe what I said is trustee Kunjan stated they used scientific procedures. And then the last sentence on that paragraph, Kunjan quoted the AES, parenthesis number 1, recommendation. It should read this way. Kunjan questioned AES on their recommendation of deer control and found that it was based on observation of browse on sample sites and other studies completed in the area by AES. Page 9, the first paragraph, second to the last sentence, the key element to managing woodland. I believe Chuck said a key element, but I can't speak for him. I thought he said.
Oh, he said the key element.
Okay, well, he talked at the beginning, he said the two things are canopy and deer. And he talked about both of them being significant. That's why I questioned
No,
what he said. Okay,
Listen
we'll leave
very
it.
carefully on that one.
We'll leave it. And then the last thing is that, I guess I was confused. The third paragraph, the next to the last sentence, Mr. Stewart said records are kept. I thought that was a long response. I thought he said records are not kept. But Bill, maybe you can clarify that.
Where were you at?
Okay.
Under the
Third
fence.
paragraph, the next to the last sentence, on page 9. Mr. Stewart said records are kept. This is on service providers
I thought
quality
he said
performance.
records are kept.
Records are kept.
Records are kept.
Okay, so there's a file of that.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. My mistake. That's all I had. Isn't that enough?
I have just a few.
Okay.
They're short. And in Mike and Jerry, I just want to tell you that I really appreciate the detail that you